Hi, everyone. I'm David,
And I'm Richard.
and we are coming out with another really quick update, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes on everything that's happening behind the scenes. We're a bit over 2 months away from token persistence, we think,
Yeah,
Richard.
just a little. That's what it's tracking
So,
at. So,
yeah, so we're busy. So let's get to the punch. What's happened last week? What's happening this week? Richard, you want to start?
kicking off with the NFT stuff because I've been leading up testing on that.
Mhm.
Everything is in place. All the UI and backend elements, all the changes, big ones to consensus, are in place on the test network. So basically, we're running it there, running some tests, doing some splitting, combining of NFTs, etc., and making sure that that all works and stays smooth. Any
Yeah.
consensus change of this size, we've got to make sure people's tokens are safe. Everything's 100%.
I think
So
we I think we fixed one issue which was happening with NFTs broadcasting and rebroadcasting and rebroadcasting. But yeah, so the next step is that's going to go to staging. New NPMs are all working, and from there it's going to go to prod, where
yep,
you guys will be able to see the UI components. Although you're going to need Saito to play around with them, of course. Beyond
cool.
NFTs, on the Rust side, we'll do Rust to UI side. I know that Sanka's been doing some work on the handshake, so that when nodes connect, they're now exchanging IP address,
Yep.
timestamp, and a couple of other useful pieces of information for network monitoring.
Yep. So I think that's all coming into place partially because we've created a status module. And the idea here is it's far more information, useful information for node operators. So that's who you're connected to, who's connected to you, and then fleshing that out with things like feed flow, etc. So this is what you need to know if you want to run a node.
Because you say status module, I don't think people know what this means.
Yep.
We had the token persistent supply module. What it is in Saito, in your browser, there's a UI that shows you all of this stuff.
Yep.
So we've already done the stuff with token persistence. This is network layer information
Yep.
monitoring. So you open it up and it will tell you, okay, you're this node on the network. Here's who you're connected to. This is the info. And if you're connected to a server, the server can be configured to give you this information too.
Yep.
So it's
It'll let people, debug things, but mostly it's for node operators both to tell if they're being attacked or if there's anything wrong, but then also to tell who's connecting to them and what they're contributing to each other so that you can, as the network grows, people have the ability to say, I want to connect to you or I'm getting good feed flow over there. So it's a step really towards that, the full toolkit for node operators under token persistence.
We're protecting ourselves from third-party death loops, right? Where someone could start a server, they sync 98% of the blockchain, they run out of memory and they crash. It reboots, reconnects and syncs to you, and then this is the sort of tool that makes that obvious because you load it up and you're like, why am I feeding 4 billion blocks to this machine here?
Right. Possibility someone is in the middle of a game and they're on a train and they keep hopping, mobile towers and they reconnect and that, all those sorts of things so people can make sure their nodes are robust and, syncing and all that sort of stuff. It's pretty cool too. It's kind of fun to use.
It is fun to use because you're kind of like, wow, you can cross the mesh network in interesting ways.
Yeah.
We've had some progress with the blog module. People are aware of it. We haven't been using it because it hasn't been good enough.
Yeah.
And so we took another stab at it. We're going to be writing some more blog posts trying to flesh this out. I've noticed the absence. There's been a couple of times I've wanted to write something and been like, we don't really have an easy place to put it. So we're going to get that in, hopefully get it integrated with RedSquare too.
Yeah. And it has Markdown now as well, which is good for those of us who are Markdown fiends. Yeah.
Good. Next up, games. Here I Stand, a big game. The 2-player version is ready. We've fixed a card decryption error. If it's not bug-free, it's very, very close. We're waiting until we're doing test games nightly. As soon as we're pretty sure there are no problems, it's going to go and be available in prod. We've got a couple of other games. Paths of Glory is coming along. The teaser module is ready, so we're waiting to have these games to share. We just want people playing it for the first time to have a really good experience. And we are looking to evaluate some of the older games to decide which ones should be part of the default set. So we want to bring Quake back, for instance,
Yeah.
and
I had a
try.
query about blackjack the other day. So I think if people had they've seen maybe games in the past that we've trialed and stuff. If people have favorites, let us know if you missed
Yeah,
something.
yeah, like Red Imperium is still out, but it's such a big code base, it's probably going to be an optional game too.
Yep.
So that work is happening as well. With that said, the big news for today is that RedSquare, a UI UX overhaul, is in process. We're hoping, expecting to actually get it live onto the server later this week.
Yep.
One of the big goals is we've been kind of looking through it ourselves, processing feedback. It's a lot closer to Twitter, not only in the way it looks and the way it feels. The sizes of things are aimed to be much closer. We think it's a definite improvement, not only on that, but also we're trying to sort through things like curation, how to switch
Yep.
into it and how to switch out of it. We're moving towards, we think, chronological ordering primarily. But yeah, there's going to be a big RedSquare update later this week, maybe Thursday.
Yep.
Unless we need time, it'll be this week. We might push it till Monday. But Richard, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, so I think it's like there's a bunch of things we get feedback on Red Square about Red Square, so that's sort of come together into the motivation to do this, as well as just seeing whether we use it or not, whether other people are using it, what the issues are, as well as the fact that we've reworked various things a number of times and stuff, and so honestly on the back end it was a little bit tangly. And it was hard to make the improvements that sometimes people wanted, even if they were a patently good idea. So this is a big overhaul. Look and feel should be more natural, give people more of what they expect, which we hope improves feedback. But also from the dev side, selfishly, it will make it a lot easier to implement quick changes, etc. And I think we can take what we've learned over the various iterations, etc., shake out the code base and deliver a pretty clean module, which could
Part
be
of
a
part of the
center.
goal is also like NFT integration, a simplified Red Square, cleaner UI. It's going to provide us with a better way of specifying this is the NFT I want in my profile, because
Yeah.
that's one of the most obvious use cases.
Yeah, I think
So
a small but the obvious banner use case for his version of what you can do with NFTs. It's one of them, but
yeah,
here's an implementation of that, so people can see it, and also so other devs can follow along if they want an example.
yeah. So that's a bunch of stuff. We're super busy, so we're trying to keep it fast.
Yeah,
NFTs. Come in, you're going to see it on prod soon. You can see it on the test network if you want to check it out in advance. Rust handshake, network status connections. This is a move towards third party machines on the network, and the ability of both browsers and node operators to know, is anything weird happening, and you just pull up your browser and you get to see it.
yep,
We've got the new blog module. We've got a bunch of progress on games happening.
yep,
And then the RedSquare updates, which should be publicly visible by the end of the week. And we're excited by them. We're also kind of pushing this out quickly because we do want feedback on it. So,
mm-hmm.
RedSquare users, complain, tell us what's good, tell us what's not good. We're approaching this as, we've got this September deadline where we want everything to
Yeah,
be as polished and as super easy to use as possible, so that when people come over and they realize, oh my God, Saito has token persistence, the network's well developed, they have a
yep.
phenomenal experience.
Yeah, I think with that as well, we've done a bunch of work to the wiki. It's really improved. If anyone wants to come along and give us feedback on that, or actually even if people want to get involved in the project and do some
Yeah.
editing or make suggestions, we'd be really keen for improvement there, because in the end, that's also part of that experience people have, and we're trying to get polished up
Yeah.
definitely by September. So,
I mean, I'd also say app wise,
mm,
this is a great time because we're in this period. We're looking at getting everything polished, and we're needing to make choices about, like, well, what are the default sets of apps, what aren't.
yeah,
Um, a lot of people have different opinions about what works and what should work. A lot of the time, it can be theoretical. Like, I've noticed there's a split between the people who think Red Square is it and the people that think gaming is it, right?
right,
The difference is often, are they playing a specific game, or is there something they want? Because if they're a fan of a particular game, more useful than Red Square. But a lot of people are like, well, social network effects, we really want this.
yeah,
We are basing our opinions on what we experience using the site, we do
Yep.
value third-party opinions. So
Mm.
after RedSquare comes out, especially, it's a really good time to look at the app suite and come forward with, we should really get this stuff fixed, because
Yep.
you guys can expect that we're doing this on an ongoing basis. That's why RedSquare got kicked up. But if you are seeing something and noticing something we're not seeing, it's a really good time to bring it up, because we're prioritizing these kind of fixes on the app side before
Yep.
September. Is there anything else we should mention?
I think that's it, and it's a good tight update. So let's maybe wrap it up there.
Okay. Any questions? Anything else you guys want to chat? Come to RedSquare. We'll do
Yep.
it there.
Excellent. Thanks, everyone.
Okay.